1 year later.
They're all dead.
No, just Mumcar. He thinks it not work out well for him.
I thought he had a healing factor. No, wait, that's Wolverine. Never mind.
Yeah, the claws do not make the Wolverine.
Nah.
Well, it could be like Deadpool impersonating Wolverine.
Yeah.
Those square fingers, wow.
They had to make sacrifices to handle the size of this game.
Yeah.
So, as you all know, this is Shulk. He's a nerd.
Oh, he's a nerd? Okay.
Couldn't tell from his jargon earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not enough JRPG or Western RPG protagonists are nerds. I'm glad he's representing a vastly underutilized demographic.
Yeah, I hear you. That is kind of interesting.
This is Rhine. He's the most mimetic character in this entire game.
You remind me of a certain person from Final
So what,
Fantasy
he wants
X.
cheeseburgers?
No, it's that pretty much everything he's ever said has been turned into a meme.
Wow.
You'll get used to his battle quotes very quickly.
Damn, Mr. Krabs is fucking pissed.
Right?
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Somebody must have stole his money.
Yeah,
and there is the second move from Shulk's moveset, the backslash.
Probably some random assholes beat the shit out of him and took his gill.
Possibly. So yeah, you can see that by doing damage, you're slowly building up that center meter, especially if you do the special like modifiers for each move. So like the backslash, which is Shulk's one like offensive attack he has so far, does more damage when you hit an enemy from behind. And that actually carries over to Smash Brothers, where it will do more knockback on enemies if you hit their backs.
Damn, he's gonna be really tech.
You found a common caterpillar, okay?
Yeah, a
really
lot of the
technical
enemies have
character, isn't
really
he?
weird moves. Now it's ride time. Oh my god, that is the one phrase that gets used so much.
It sounds dumb enough too.
Why do they all look like bugs?
Like, if you remember Shulk's reveal trailer, he says now it's Shulk time as a specific reference to that because it's become such, like, a prolific meme between fans.
Yeah.
And it actually became one of his taunts, too.
I'm sure it did.
Decent weapon out of it. This scrap driver's excellent. I just learned by watching Dixon make weapons. Of course, Dunban's weapon still beats them all. The Monado. I hope I can figure out the secret of his.
I honestly would wager, though, the fact that this got a British dub for all the region releases is part of why it's probably so expensive in the US. Because that so fucking rarely happens.
He's pretty scary. Tell me about it.
Well, that and, you know, actual printing numbers probably being pretty low. But part of it is because GameStop purposefully ordered lower numbers and then started selling used copies really fucking expensively. It's one of the first times that it became painfully obvious they were trying to milk fake rarity.
Yeah, like, there was a whole scandal about them basically reprinting copies and putting them out as used instead of new, so they didn't have to, you know, adhere to Nintendo's MSRP.
Yeah.
They did the same thing with Cave Story 3D, actually. They ordered another stock of just the cartridges, then slapped them in used cases for $25, and people paid it.
Wouldn't be surprised about that if they did that.
If you check on eBay for Xenoblade Chronicles, the cheapest you can find is at $66.
Oh,
I actually
just
got
a harmless little bunnet, ain't it?
I actually got lucky enough to have a local GameStop that, while they had a bunch of used copies, someone actually traded in a copy with the original case for the same used price, so I picked that up. I own Cave Story 3D now.
Oh, I thought you were talking about... I was like, wait a minute. Hold on.
No.
Size of a mosquito.
No, if I were to have bought a copy of Xenoblade Chronicles from GameStop's used price, what was it, $80 at start?
I don't think at start, but it was $80 at one point.
Yeah, that's freaking ridiculous.
Foster Scheiße.
I bought my copy maybe a month or two ago, like right after Shulk's trailer for Smash Brothers came out, and I got mine for about like $45, $50.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's
still pretty pricey right now. For a pre-owned, it's almost $50.
Cyberlink, how does combat work? Do you usually have to initiate it yourself, or how does it work?
It varies. A lot of times you will have to initiate yourself, but there are also later on. There's also actually in a later episode of this, you'll start seeing enemies that will start attacking you based on different factors. Like there are some that will go aggro on you if you've passed the line of sight, and then there are others that will attack you if they hear your footsteps. But generally speaking, if you're at a higher level than the enemy, then they will be like, oh, I don't want to mess with that guy. I'm just going to stay out of his way. So you can walk right in front of them. They won't even react to you.
Okay, so some are KOS and others aren't.
Yeah.
So they're somewhat sentient, sort of like the Mother series, where they'll stay away from you if you're stronger.
Yeah.
But as far as combat itself goes here, even though you see all this fancy swordplay going, when I first played it myself, it sort of felt like I was pushing my head into a wall, my arms were automatically moving. It's kind of funny that way. But, it does seem like it will work well for the tactics side of things. The lock-on reminds me a little of Panzer Dragoon and E102's gameplay from Sonic Adventure.
A little bit.
I could see Panzer Dragoon, maybe.
Yeah.
Like the lock-on is more just to kind of direct your party more than
So what is it more like Ocarina of Time style lock-on, where you just lock on this one guy and start walking around them?
Pretty much.
Okay.
And other enemies will still attack you even if you're not locked onto them, so it's a little different from Ocarina. But generally speaking, it's kind of similar.
I was going to say, Panzer Dragoon was mentioned, and it kind of makes you think of the soundtrack we're hearing so far. It's pretty good.
The soundtrack was actually done by 6 different composers.
Wow,
well, damn.
Lots of variety.
Most of the soundtrack was done by Ace Plus, which is made up of 3 or 4 other composers. But the opening track and the title screen track was done by Yoko Shimomura of Kingdom Hearts fame. And what's his name? Oh God, I can't remember his name. The final track of the game was done by I think it's Yasunori Mitsuda, the Chrono Trigger composer.
Yes.
Oh dang.
Yeah, that's Mitsuda.
Yeah, he was actually carried over because he had been worked on Xenogears and the Xenosaga series, which it's all the same team members who worked on this game, hence the Xenoblade.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still waiting for the 4th entry to come in featuring Xeno Warrior Princess, though. That should be hot.
Yeah, but it would be a gender bent version, so it would be Xeno Warrior Princess.
Sure. I mean, dude, we had fucking Xena. The women deserve a Xeno to go gaga over.
Right?
I thought that's what Conan was for.
Well, yeah. I guess you could argue that.
Here's a comment.
Or maybe Kevin Sorbo is Hercules.
Oh.
Yeah.
So here's a combat question for you, because I know we're only seeing that you're fighting singles as you're going through this. If there's more than one if there's more than one enemy, whatever you're focused on, that's what your party fights, or can you send them off somewhere else?
Your party, you can actually send them off to take care of enemies around you, so you can just focus on whichever one you're targeting, and they'll kind of do their own thing. Or you can change your tactics so that everybody goes after the same guy at once.
Okay. Guess that would kind of make sense.
Yeah.
Who else wants some?
Generally, if you can help it, you'll want to try and attack as many enemies as possible to make sure you don't you don't end up like getting underleveled. And generally speaking, matches, you can see that fights go by really, really quickly, so you don't have to worry about it too much.
Yeah.
And then one of the things I really like about this game is that there is no end system or like healing items or anything like that. You just automatically heal between every fight. So as long as you're not in active combat, your health will automatically regenerate.
That's
Actually
that's-
pretty damn cool.
That's
They
actually...
did the same thing in the South Park. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I apologize.
They did the same thing in the South Park RPG, and I found it made the game much more enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you won't recover health at all like while you're in battle, but then
No.
a lot of your characters do have, healing arts to get you through that, so.
Well, of course, every RPG has to have healing spells.
Right. God, it's kind of embarrassing seeing these characters at level 4 when I'm at, level 70 in my main file.
It's alright.
After several 100,000 experience has been earned.
I noticed that they're classifying them not as level 01, but as level 001. Does that mean your levels grow into the hundreds in this game?
The enemies do. You cap at 99.
Okay.
Oh, that's kind of BS.
I think the highest an enemy goes is like level 120.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
Alright.
Don't
What
make
are you trying to do?
sense.
Cut
that
the
you
treasure
can't
chest
over-
in half?
I said that makes
Nah.
sense. So does it mean it means you can't over level to a point where you can just take down anything with ease?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
even like going back to earlier regions or just walking around, like I'm at level 4 right now, but if I wander too far off the beaten path, even in this opening area alone, there are like level 50 to level 70 monsters lurking around.
That would beat the shit out of you very quickly.
Yeah, like one hit.
Colony 9.
Yeah.
So almost like...
Oh yeah, I love that. That actually shows you where on the Bionis this location is when you first get there. So we're on like the ankle basically.
Alright.
Well, we'll get back to this amazing ankle
You off to the weapon development lab?
probably in the next setup here.
That sounds like a Kirby game that would take place in a body. Kirby and the Amazing Ankle.
Alright,
Hope we
everybody.
don't break it.
See you in the next piece.
Lights.
It's Rhine time.